Welcome or welcome back to WatchAdvisor on YouTube. It's Alexander speaking, your host, and on your screen you see the Lange Söhne ODYSSEUS. On your left side on the screen is the stainless steel version with a dark blue dial, and on the right side on your screen is the new titanium version, limited to 250 pieces with an ice blue dial. When Lange Söhne presented the new version in titanium earlier this year, I was able to briefly film the watch, and I was also able to compare it to the steel version. Anthony De Haas, the technical director of Lange Söhne, was so kind to give me his watch he's wearing on a daily basis, so I could compare them for the very first time. But now in this video we have plenty of time, and I will in all details show you the two watches. I will make wrist shots, pool shots, I will make wrist shots in the sun, covered by clouds, inside, so you will really be able to discover the difference in color, etc., and all the other information as you know our channel. And now have fun, enjoy, and I think it's the very first time anyhow that someone can compare those as I'm doing it right now. And I think I'm also the very first one to bring those into a pool and to make some pool shots. So enjoy the video.
Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell to get our latest notifications.
On your screen with the dark blue dial, the stainless steel version, and I'm starting with it to give you the dimensions, thickness, etc. of this, very much sought after sports watch from Lange Söhne. So the diameter of the case is 40.05 millimeter from the side. The thickness, as you see now, is 11.1 millimeter. And the so-called lug to lug distance, so I've been measuring on the inner side here, not on top, but on the inner side. So really the dimension that is lying literally on your wrist. So this distance is 44 millimeter. So it is a very comfortable to wear sports watch. The case, as you see it, is waterproof up to 120 meter. You really get what you buy. You buy a luxury steel sports watch, and it is a watch you can really use. 120 meter is something, and not just 50 or 60. 120 meter. The crown, of course, in such a case is a screw down crown, as it should be. And I have been unscrewing the crown, and you see here absolutely perfectly visible that it is a screw down crown. And what happens, good occasion to show you that, what happens, of course, hacking seconds. The small second hand stopped at 10, clearly visible, and now you are able to make a precise adjustment of time if you wish with a time signal. You press, and then, yes, you see, the second hand starts to swipe over the dial again, and then I will close it. And since I am able to do this without any problems with my gloves, believe me, what you get here is really the perfect haptic. There's nothing shaky or nothing as it should not be. It is just perfect. Also, the push pieces that are integrated in the flank here on the side are, of course, waterproof, constructed in a way that there is absolutely no risk that water gets into the case. All the given measurements do, of course, also apply 100% for the titanium version that now is on your screen. I just quickly repeat that. Diameter 40.5 millimeters, thickness 11.1 millimeters, and the lug-to-lug distance 44 millimeters. But the most essential difference in between the stainless steel version and the titanium grade 5 version is, of course, the weight. I have been resizing these watches for my 17 centimeter, 6.7 inches wrist, and been weighing the watches. The titanium version, as you see right now, has a weight of 102 grams, and The stainless steel version in the exactly same configuration with exactly the same amount of links has a weight of 148 grams. So that's quite a difference. This is a difference I personally, during filming the video, miss a little bit when I was wearing the titanium version, since for the size and for what the watch represents, it's a bit light maybe. You are having, a massive, in terms of appearance, massive sports watch on your wrist, but it has no weight. So either you like it, or like me, you say, a little bit of it wouldn't be so bad at all. And in this case, I have to say, this is the first point where I personally have to say, I prefer the stainless steel version. It's a massive watch with a massive bracelet, but with 148 grams, you have something on your wrist. Yeah, you feel it, and I think it's supposed to be. What is a Lange Söhne ODYSSEUS indicating on its style? That's very easy in theory to understand, because everything must be clear when you look at this style. You have a big day indication, you have a big date indication, big day, big date. Difference is that the titanium version features white day and date discs, and the stainless steel version with its dark blue dial has an absolutely 100% matching blue day disc and absolutely matching blue date discs. The date is composed out of two discs, one from 1 to 30 and the other one from 0 to 9, and is composed out of the two numbers. It has a running second at 6 o'clock, and of course the hours and the minutes. Indexes are applied, of course, and they are all made out of gold, white gold, of course. What else did you expect from an Lange Söhne watch? Essentially, this is it. No more indications coming, but considering the fact that there are almost no other watches displaying date and day in such a huge manner, this is also a watch where readability for both the day and the date is perfect. For changing or adjusting day and date, you use the two push pieces that are perfectly integrated in the design of the watch. Wouldn't you know that this is a push piece? You wouldn't even think it is one, but you would think it is a design element of the watch. Also good to know, no tooling needed for doing any adjustments. You simply need your finger, and by pressing, you will see that we are now changing the date, and I will quickly run you through all the other numbers, especially since I do also want to show you what happens when these two discs build up the first. Here is the 30th. We go to the 31st. Now you will see that 01 appears. The 1 will not move, but the disc with the 3 on the left side will turn to 0 or nothing, as you see. So it stays blank. So you do have the first now. This is also something we might discuss. Should it or would it be nicer to have a 0 here? Or is it good to just display 1? I will continue my little journey through these numbers. And we will then arrive to the 10th. There we go. Again, and this is today, Wednesday, the 10th of August. Now let me quickly run you through these days. How cool would it be if I could order and Lange would offer me a version in German? This is Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. Thursday, and so on. Wouldn't it be cool if you could choose the language, and instead of having Wednesday, we would have Mittwoch for German, Mike India, an M and an I. I would think it would be cool, but yeah, this is how it is. Let's put it that way. The stainless steel version is not limited. So it is a watch you can buy if you get one. If you are a good Lange client, you may get one. If you are not aware about the distribution policy of this watch and you're now watching the video, say, I need to get one, please, before doing this, listen or watch the video I've been taping with Willem Schmidt, the CEO of A. Lange Söhne during Watches and Wonders. And Willem will exactly explain you who is entitled as a customer of A. Lange Söhne, existing customer of A. Lange Söhne, to get one of those.
It's limited simply by the fact, Alexander, that if you look at the movement and the quality of watchmaker that we have to produce that movement, it's in the same category than the Lange one. Because it's outsized date, it's jumping outsized dates, and we don't have endless number of watchmaker, so we have to allocate capacity. It's not an artificially created scarcity. It's simply due to the fact that we cannot produce a lot more than 5,500 watches. We said this is a watch very clearly for customer. You know, we want to please those people that are with us for a long time. Now, here comes the challenge, and I absolutely sympathize with everybody that is angry with us because he can't or she can't get the watch, and I appreciate that. But a customer for us is somebody that we know. If I don't know you, and I don't mean that personally, if my organization doesn't know you, if we just allocate these watches blindly to somebody, the likelihood that he or she will just flip the watch and we'll see it a week later at the grey market or at auctions is very high, and that is exactly what we do not want.
I can't say more than this. It is a bit difficult to get one, and I can tell you it is the most sought after sports watch on the market because it is the hardest to get. And especially, of course, this one. Limited to only 250 pieces. Sold only through boutiques worldwide. It is the first full titanium watch A. Lange Söhne has ever manufactured. It is a limited edition, etc., etc. So people are crazy. They go nuts to get one, and only the very best Lange customers, etc., etc., will be entitled to get one. But if this is also price-wise such an exceptional watch, why couldn't Lange Söhne have offered at least the day disc in a few more languages than only English? Look, it is a German brand. Why don't they display Donnerstag, Freitag, Samstag, Sonntag, Montag, Dienstag und Mittwoch instead of English? Why not offering a day disc in French or in Italian or Spanish? That would have been such a nice gesture. Or it would be on demand, so when you buy the watch you could send it back to the manufacturer in Glashütte and they would exchange the day disc for you. I would have personally thought this would have been a nice idea, but yeah, just my 2 cents. And also considering the fact that the limited titanium version sells for 55,000 euro, including 19% VAT. 55,000, I repeat that. And the stainless steel version sells for 22,000 euro less. For 33,000. 33,000 euro, including 19% VAT. So there's a price gap in between those two watches of 22,000 euro. And in my very humble opinion, this would have been an occasion where Lange could have gone a step further and said, okay, if someone who speaks Spanish, Italian, French, or another language where you can display the day in 2 letters, we offer him a day disc. And to make that very clear, this is the only thing I am criticizing about the Lange ODYSSEUS. Everything else, even the bracelet that is so often or has been so often criticized by people who never ever had the watch either on their wrist nor in their hands. They just saw a picture and they were screaming or shouting out, "What an ugly bracelet!" Come on, guys. You should, before articulating such things, first have the watch on your wrist. Feel how perfectly smooth, how absolutely smooth the entire bracelet is made and how perfectly it hugs your wrist. And then you should understand that in this case, the design is only one part of the bracelet, but the comfort, how you may wear this Odysseus, is just outstanding. It hugs your wrist and you don't feel it. It's like if it was ever there. The version in titanium has some polished, as you see them now, shining, mirroring the light on your screen, and matte surfaces polished. I am bringing in the polished again. You see them here. These are polished parts and the rest is matte. Something similar applies to the stainless steel bracelet. We do have polished parts, as you can see now, reflecting the light. And if I'm going flat again, you will see all the rest of the surface is matte. Once again, reflections. Once again, also here you see the links on the outer sides have been polished, but the majority of the bracelet is matte. One of the coolest features of this bracelet is that little Lange Söhne button on the folding clasp. Once you press down, you can extend the length of that bracelet. So easy to do when you wear the watch. It's absolutely no rocket science. You see here, I am extending and I'm pulling back. So easy to handle, no tooling needed, nothing. This is how this mechanism looks. Let me press again, and you can, in different steps, you can adjust the length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps to adjust the bracelet on your wrist. It's easy to do. You just press and pull or push a little bit on the bracelet and it's done. Of course, just to make it clear, also the titanium version features the same incredible, easy to handle, nice looking adjustment function for the length of the bracelet, fine adjustment function. You see, here is the Lange Söhne logo. You press on it and then you can easily adjust the length of that bracelet. Folding clasp, that's all you need. And if you still need to do some adjustments, it is easily done. On the inner side of both bracelets, the titanium that you have on your screen right now and the stainless steel version, you will discover some little push pieces combined with an arrow pointing out. If you want to do some adjustments, absolutely no tooling is necessary. The only thing you need is a pointer like I'm using it here. And yeah, I quickly want to make that clear. This is a pointer manufactured by Bergeon, a Swiss company providing tools for the watchmaking industry, and this pointer has been made for these purposes to show and to touch surfaces. It is plastic and by no means can or may scratch a watch, just to make that clear. You push on these push pieces and what happens then, this element will slide out, and I have not been reassembling the elements of the titanium bracelet. And this is, yeah, mostly what you get. When you are dismantling it and you just reassemble, it's very easy. And then you just click the outside elements, the two elements from the outside here. You just click them in again when you have been passing through all the little pins. It is easy to reassemble. No rocket science, you just need some skills in your fingers and it's done. So, no rocket science. This, together with the titanium version, is going to be the very first, I think, pull shot ever done with a Lange Söhne ODYSSEUS steel sport watch. Yes, the watch is waterproof, 120 meter, so no problem to swim with it. I don't even think it's a problem to dive with it, in case you wanted to do this. Okay, there is no bezel you can adjust, but you could wear the watch. This is how it looks like in water. And as always, you see also Lange Söhne provides you this beautiful effect. And if you have been watching our videos lately, where I do bring all the watches into the pool, you will see always the same effect, that if you look on the dial in a certain angle, it will reflect what you see in the pool, but no longer show the dial. And so I always say it's kind of a time out, time in function. And yeah, also Lange provides you with this beautiful function where you can get timeless if you want for a while. And this is how it looks like when it is worn in water. Next is the titanium version, limited to 250 pieces with some clouds covering the sun actually. So you can also see in comparison, direct comparison, the colors as it looks like. The reflections you see here are not the blue of a dial, but the reflections coming from the anti-reflective coating. And there we go, sun is out again, and I can now show you the pool shot of the titanium version in bright sun. There you go. This is how the ODYSSEUS looks when worn during swimming, diving, whatever you do. 120 meters water resistance is a word. Screw down crown. Yes, it's a very luxurious and very sought after sport watch. As we always do, we have been perfectly calibrating the camera and editing. So please watch correctly the colors we are reproducing on your screen. Do probably also calibrate your screen so you really get the real colors of the things we are filming. So on your left side, you see the titanium version. It features a dial made out of brass. And now comes the little thing I want to point out. Lange claims that this is ice blue. If Lange claims this is also a brass dial, but they say that's dark blue, I would say agreed, that's dark blue. But here, ice blue, I'm absolutely not sure. I had a little bit difficulties to find this ice blue, and in bright sun with some cloudy skies, etc. It was difficult to see this ice blue. Maybe you do see more than I do. The other question is, just in between me and you, would the titanium version look nicer if they would have done some matching discs for the day and of course the date? What do you think? Would it have been nicer? Maybe in gray with white, like they have it here? Let's discuss. Share your thoughts with us as always, and I'm happy to read them. And if you have questions, of course, yes, go ahead, ask me, and I will, if I can answer, and if not, I will pass the information to Lange and you will get the answer direct from the headquarters. Now filming inside my living room with the sun outside, but there's no direct sun coming on the dials and on the watches. So on the left side, again, the titanium version with the so-claimed by Lange Söhne ice blue dial. And on the right side is the stainless steel version, yeah, clearly visible with a blue dial. It is not so easy to discover this ice blue dial, since whenever light falls on it, the reflections look more gray than ice blue, but maybe this is the appropriate lighting to discover this little difference. And this is how the watches look from the side. You see there's a clear difference in brightness. The stainless steel version is much brighter, and the titanium grade 5 version is more of a matte, almost stealthy surface, whilst the stainless steel version really is a stainless steel sport watch worn with a bracelet, so no doubt about that. Let me also show you the two ODYSSEUS versions in stainless steel and in titanium. The titanium version is the left one on your picture. The stainless steel one is the one with the blue dial on the right side. It's to show you, and I'm happy that we get a little bit of clouds covering direct sunlight, and then sun comes out again like in this moment, so you really get an impression of how they would look like on your wrist in direct comparison. I have to be cautious with my moves that they not touch each other's, because I want to do everything but not harm the surface or scratch the surface of one of these watches. By no means. For the Odysseus, Lange Söhne developed the new L155.1 DATOMATIC manufacture caliber. Of course, all the movements are manufacture calibers. This is nothing we have to discuss here. The name DATOMATIC, that is also clearly visible on the rotor of the watch, stands for date mechanism combined with automatic winding, DATOMATIC. The movement completely fills the case, and this was always something Lange wanted. It was Günther Blümlein in the very, very early days who clearly said if Lange does a movement, it will always fit perfectly in the case. We do not do any adjustments with separate holding mechanisms to adjust or to bring in smaller movements in bigger cases. We always have a movement that perfectly fits into the case. Günther Blümlein, the genius who unfortunately died much too early, who was very much responsible and in charge of bringing Lange Söhne back to where the brand today is. Let me continue to talk about the L155.1. It features an unidirectionally winding central rotor with a centrifugal mass in platinum, thanks also to the skeletonization of the rotor. Yes. Further details of the manually executed and perfectly finished movement can be seen. When fully wound, the mainspring barrel delivers a maximum power reserve of 50 hours. To guarantee the high rate accuracy regardless of external factors, just remember this is a sports watch from A. Lange Söhne, a sports watch. The new self-winding caliber operates at a frequency of 28,800 semi-oscillations of 4 Hz. The newly designed balance is regulated with 4 countersunk poising screws that are flush with the outside of the balance wheel rim. This design, and now listen carefully, reduces turbulence despite the higher frequency. Together with the freely oscillating balance spring, made in-house of course, so this is not a silicone hairspring or something. It is a classical hairspring manufactured in-house by Lange Söhne. The minimized air resistance has a positive impact on the movement's rate accuracy and energy efficiency. So this balance wheel oscillating at 28,800 semi-oscillations per hour or 4 Hz is optimized in aerodynamics. Wow! The oscillating system of the Odysseus is held by a balance wheel bridge secured at 2 points. It is manually engraved with a wave motif, and you can therefore assume that none of them will be equal to the other because it's manually done, and yeah, there must be and there are some differences. Other movement decorations also express the concept of combining traditional facets with new ones. All frame parts of the caliber L155.1 DATOMATIC, by the way, a 3/4 main plate, are made of German silver. That's how Lange Söhne does it. Additionally, elements of the rotor were black rhodiumed. In accordance with the philosophy of the brand, the entire movement is finished by hand. Yes, you can see this. Perfect. Couldn't be better. And yes, assembled twice. That's how it is. Lange Söhne assembles its movements twice. And this also explains why the capacity of them manufacturing more watches is not there. Lange Söhne manufactures in between 5,000 and maximum 5,500 watches per year, and therefore is a very, 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 very exclusive luxury manufacturer. If you compare others, they manufacture more than 12 times more watches, like Patek Philippe. They manufacture more than 60,000 watches per year, and Lange Söhne only manufactures 5,000. So very exclusive. It is clear that if you do disassemble and assemble a movement twice, that takes time. This would be probably the number everybody wants, the 000 out of 250. That's the watch that will then later be displayed in the museum of Lange Söhne. And this is a watch, of course, that will never ever be sold, not even to the very best customer. Seeing those two in front of me, I was able to wear them for a couple of days and to experience feedback also coming from outside. I have to say this is the most understatement, I want to say, you can wear in terms of a sports watch on your wrist. You can wear the watch and nobody will notice that you are wearing such a jewel, such a wonderful, gorgeous, incredible, beautiful sports watch. It's decent luxury. It's not screaming, I am an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, or I am a Rolex Daytona, or something like this, or screaming, I am a Nautilus, hello everybody. No, it's an A. Lange Söhne ODYSSEUS. Decent luxury, silent luxury, and something you either know or not. And if you don't know, you just ignore it. Good. No worries about that. So which one would be the one I would want to buy if I could choose in between the two, and if I would have the possibility to choose, I would by all means take the stainless steel version. Why? First of all, I very much like the dark blue dial. Second of all, I said it before, is that in terms of weight, these 102 grams, sized of course to my wrist size, are not enough for me. The watch feels like if it wasn't there. But it is a massive watch anyhow, with that bracelet, and you need to feel something on the wrist. So I would choose the stainless steel version. Of course, yeah, you can say, yeah, but the other one is limited to 250 pieces, etc., and so difficult to get, more difficult to get than even the stainless steel. Yeah, true. Everything is true. No doubts. But still, the stainless steel version. I would choose the stainless steel version. I would leave one of the titanium version to someone else who is really into it. And until the last seconds of filming the video, I couldn't make out the ice blue dial. I couldn't make it out. Maybe you can help me in the comments telling me more about ice blue. This is clearly deep blue. We don't need to discuss this, but dark blue, deep blue, whatsoever. But ice blue, I would say it's a nice shade of gray. Okay, now it's you guys, please. Your comments, your feedback, your thoughts about the most exclusive, the most difficult to get, the most sought after luxury steel sports watch for a connoisseur on top. Because if you don't know the watch, you will ignore the fact that someone wears it whilst you were probably staring at a wrist where you will see any other watch, comparable watch. Your opinion now is wanted in the comment section. Thanks for watching a video about the A. Lange Söhne ODYSSEUS, left side in the new titanium grade 5 case and the right side the existing version in stainless steel, limited to 250 pieces, not limited. Once again, the prices, 55,000, 33,000 euro, including always 19% VAT. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.